Two Little Indians by Margaret Olson, as adapted and drawn by Rochelle Mason. Once, long ago, there were two little Indians. They lived in teepees with their families. One was here, and the other was there. These teepees sat beside a great big lake. This was the lake. Now this was a very strange lake. Most lakes have trees growing all along its shores, but this one only had two trees growing right here. Now in the middle of this lake was two islands right here. One day, the two Indian children, who were the best of friends, decided that they wanted to have a great adventure. They thought about it, and thought about it, and finally, they decided that they would camp out on one of the islands in the lake all night long. So they jumped into their canoes, and they paddled from the shore to the island like this. And once they got there, they set up their camp right here. They set their shelter up for the night. They built their fire. They toasted marshmallows and told stories until they were getting kind of tired. They decided to go to bed. But then they heard this really strange sound. It went whoo, whoo. That sound frightened them very much, and they ran as fast as they could back to their canoe and jumped in. Then they paddled as fast as they could away from that island. Well, eventually, they realized they were going in the wrong direction. This was away from home, this was away from the islands. And they stopped, and they thought about it, and they said, "It's late, it's dark, we're going the wrong way. Let's go back to the other island, and let's put a camp up there." So they paddled all the way back over to that island. And they found a really good spot to put up their camp right here. Now it was very late, and they were very tired from their day's journey and all of the frightening things that had happened to them so far. So once their shelter was set up, they hunkered down for the night. And just as they were starting to drift off to sleep, they heard that sound again. Whoo! Whoo! There was that sound again! This was a very terrifying sound for two children to hear. So they ran as fast as they could, leaving all their belongings behind, straight to the canoe. They jumped in, and they paddled as fast as they could back to the shore and to the loving and warm embrace of their families in the safety of their teepees. And as each child finally was able to lie in the safety of their beds inside of their separate teepees, they couldn't help wondering what was making that sound. I want to thank you for listening to my adaptation of Two Little Indians by Margaret Olson. Thank you.